Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Nostalgia Unboxings. Today we are doing another Transformers Kingdom unboxing, and it should be Vertebreak, I think is his name. We will get confirmation when we open up the box. So this is one of these smaller sized figures from this line. I think he's going to be comparable in size to Rat Trap. So if you remember that video or you want to, go through my channel, take a look at that one, I will maybe link it if I don't forget it. I will probably forget it though. But yeah, so he's going to be pretty tiny. From like just the images that I've really seen and stuff of him. And he is once again another of the fossilizers, so he will not have a traditional transformation. He is going to come apart and obviously we will take a look at it in the video, but here we go. Here he is out of the box. And yeah, he's in his little packaging, and he looks just about the same size as Rat Trap, same class, it looks like. Here we go, we have a Vertebreak, and pardon this one thing, but abracadabra, boom shaka-day, I'm Violent J, and I'm back like a Vertebreak. Alright, that'll never ever happen again, I promise. But I thought it was really funny. I don't know, I came up with it like an hour before the video. I'm just like, holy shit, wait a minute. And the lyrics just meshed perfectly together with the wonderful lyricism of Insane Clown Posse there. So yeah, my music taste is quite varied. I'm definitely no juggalo though, please do not take that the wrong way. So here we go. Here he is on the back. So he transforms into what looks like a... Oh, damn, what is that dragon? Dracorex? Is it Dracorex? No, Stygimoloch. There we go. It looks like a Stygimoloch, which is an actual dinosaur. And actually, I'm pretty sure fairly recently, I think paleontologists actually concluded that Stygimoloch is actually like a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus or something. So there's a lot of really weird confusion. I definitely remember this because like they're in the same formation and it doesn't really kind of make sense or something. It's very weird, and I kind of recommend looking up on that stuff if you're interested. But it's just a little random nerdy info there on the actual biology of what I'm pretty sure this is based off of here. So yeah, I mean, that's a thing we do on my channel sometimes. So yeah. And there we go in his robot mode as well. Looking very... Actually, her robot mode. Is it a she? I think I read somewhere that it's actually supposed to be a she. You know what? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who cares? But there we go. Also... Oh, it is a Predacon. Interesting. I thought it was going to be a Maximal because the larger one that we did, Paleo T-Rex, that fossilizer was also a Predacon. So now I'm curious if all the fossilizers are going to be Predacons or not. I think there's still a couple more on the way for the line for, the next several waves that hopefully I will do videos of too. So I guess we'll see about that. That's actually something really interesting that I didn't think. I thought they were going to do, one for one side and one for the other to make it, nice and even and balanced. But I guess not. So, without further ado, let's pop it open. Again, I kind of like I'm kind of thankful for the blister packaging because I don't mind throwing this away. So it's one less box to, wall myself up in here in my room with the big stack of the infinite boxes. So what do we have here? We have just the instruction booklet. Oh, is there no paper of words? Ah! There it is. There's the paper of words that we quickly throw away. You know what? One of the things I do find odd is that the smaller ones don't come with one of the Destiny cards. It seems to only come with the larger figures. The little, like, Destiny sticker thingies. So I guess that also saves one part of the video. There we go. We can take a look at the instructions first, because why not? 8 and up right there, and then you get all your little steps here. It looks like there's actually weapon storage. So spoiler alert right there. That looks to be that. And just basically... Wait a minute. Does this one actually... Hold on, is this not a fossilizer? It looks like this one's folding up. Very interesting. So I will definitely, take a look at that then, and I'll mention it when we do the transformation. And then we have the final form. Interesting. I thought this was going to be a fossilizer because it's a fossil dinosaur. That's very interesting. So I'm gonna have to cut these, aren't I? Alright. I could probably manage to do it in the video here since it's, instead of a jump cut, since there's only a couple. This knife is really, whoa, I shook the camera a lot there. Sorry about that. I'll try to be more careful on this one. These things, like, I don't know if it's just the bands that don't cut or if my knife really is just that blunt. So here we go. Here's the little figure. Look how tiny it is compared to even my knife. Definitely rat trap size, so it'll be a nice little companion for him. And then the little blade. I wonder if I could just slip. Ah, look at that. Why did they have to do that? Actually, now I realize it's actually really hard to see on the camera. But the tip of the tail actually, like, slots into the plastic there, so you can't, like, kind of leverage it out without cutting the band. They make it actually go for the band. Maybe. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, what? Oh, look at, I didn't expect this at all. Look. It's really soft plastic. It's super flexible. Wow. I definitely did not expect that. I don't remember the last Transformer that I've ever seen with soft plastic. The only stuff I can really remember was, I had the, what was his name? Hotshot? What was his name, man? He was the sports car from Robots in Disguise. I remember I had him as a kid, his figure. And Sideburn, right? Something like, it was something like Sideburn. And he had rubber tires. I think a lot of the much older Transformers, they kind of like doing the rubberized tires on them. But that's definitely not a rubberized part still, even if it is a tire. So that's interesting. Very cool. I mean, at least you don't have to worry about it snapping too much, since, you know, you could give it a lot of tension there, which is great for the kids, I suppose. And here he is. Look at him. Or her. I don't know. Let's take a look at let's see if I can get a good focus here so we can take a look at the head sculpt, because it looks pretty nice. And it is on what I think is a ball joint, but you don't get the full effect of the ball joint, because, as we can see, we have these two gigantic hinges that kind of impede the movement. So it's like they do one, like, really good thing, you know? It's like the Transformers that they could have done a ball joint on where it wouldn't be affected almost never do. And then the ones that actually they put ball joints on are the ones that can't make it, really utilize them too well, which is kind of ironic. But, I mean, it looks still pretty good. I do want to get it up close, but it's so tiny. But the head sculpt does look very, very nice. You can see the little dino arms hanging off the shoulders there. It looks kind of wonky. Do we have... Oh yeah, we have normal little shoulders, ball joints everywhere, and kind of typical. Very similar to Rat Trap's articulation, I guess. Little movable... Oh, even the feet are in little ball joints. Very nice. Got little hingy knees, ball joints everywhere. All in all, it feels very good. Also, I really like the texture on all this stuff, if you can see. That would be the face. It is really, really pleasantly bumpy. You could just kind of... Here we go. Hopefully you guys could... the camera picks that up and you can hear it. But yeah, it's very nice. And then we have the very, very tiny Predacon logo. Oh, that was a really, really good moment of focus that we got there. Very nice. The paint app actually on that looks really, really nice and clean for how tiny it is. So props for that. This one looks, especially compared to the size and a lot of the, you know, like little nitpicks I had about the other ones, this one looks a lot, you know, like more detailed and nice, especially considering its size. It's good job, Hasbro. Hopefully the transformation will be better, which we will take a look at after this jump cut. Oops, and as always, I forgot to do something that I discovered during the transformation. So I forgot to actually show the weapon storage. So it's actually really interesting. So if you look at the back of his, actually, you know, I should show him with his weapon first. So here he is holding his, like, spine whip thing, which is a pretty cool weapon, honestly. I think it looks really nice. I think it actually is supposed to be a whip. Oh, it doesn't want to fit too well into his hand there without popping out. But I think it might actually be a whip, since, you know, they did make it flexible like that. But he does have some other rubberized parts I noticed too. His chest piece here is also, like, very soft rubber and flexible, which is, again, interesting. But his weapon storage is, if you take a look here, you can see the little bones here at the base of his tail look a little weird, almost like a clip. And then if you look on both sides, in the back here, ooh, let's see, hopefully it'll focus here. Come on. Today. Come on. Well, maybe it'll focus while we're doing. Hold on. Let's bring it out and bring it back in. Oh, this is not working out too well, but hopefully you guys can make it out. But there's these little gaps here. Hold on, maybe it'll be better if yeah. You gotta pull the little legs all the way back. And you can see the gaps that are right here between like the shoulder blade, essentially, and his spine. This kind of clips in. This is kind of gonna be hard to show, honestly, but I can't even see how I'm doing it here. The curse of tiny transformers. But you kind of put it in like, okay, hold on, wait. Like that, and it kind of frictions in place because it's soft rubber on the thing, so it just kind of goes right through the little gaps on the ribs here. And you can do it either side because it's the same exact pattern of bone rib things here. And he kind of just goes like that and hangs off the back. So very convenient. Also, to my surprise, he actually is not a fossilizer, which I definitely expected him to be one, which is kind of crazy. But no, he transforms like a regular transformer. In fact, I might be able to. It's such a simple transformation when I was working on it. I didn't even read the instructions, which is much different than all the other ones, because I don't think any of the other ones from this line so far I've been able to do first time without wanting to check the instructions just to make sure I don't accidentally, bend a piece too far and snap it or something. But thankfully, a lot of the stuff that might be at risk of snapping is rubberized. So here we go. We lift the back panel up here. This is also rubberized. We can lift this up and just kind of push like that, and his whole torso rotates. Put his little head right there, and I think it clicks in. There we go. Yeah, it kind of clicks into place like that. This comes all the way around, and this soft bit will like slot right in there, and it'll fill out this little gap here. And then you could close this back up, and we have basically the front of the dinosaur complete. Then for the hands, it's kind of interesting. So at first I thought the shoulders were somehow maybe like this was one piece since it moved at the same time, but it is not. It is multiple pieces. So there's like it's kind of hard actually to do now, but a pretty tough. Why isn't it working? It requires an awful lot of force, but there's a swivel here for the shoulder to swivel it around to the front like that. And the hand stays exactly like that, so no need to do anything there. Same on the other side. I think it was easier when I did it using, when you use the back piece as like leverage, and you can push both in at the same time, and it makes it a whole heck of a lot easier. Because I think when you try to move the actual shoulder joint, you could pop it out of the ball joint, because that happened to me when I was practicing the transformation. Oh my gosh. the foot actually managed to hook itself onto the little hand strap that's on my camera. So that is a thing. So then we can take a look over here. There's a little tiny tab that slots right into there, and it can be a little difficult. I've noticed it doesn't really want to click in all the way. So we might have to fiddle around just a wee bit there. I think we kind of got it. Yeah, it's a little difficult, and it doesn't give as satisfying of a click usually. I think this one works better for some reason. Again, it might just be that 1/4 of a millimeter difference in plastic, just like the machine air that makes all the difference there between the nice clean click and then me having to use all the force in the galaxy to do it. And we just move the legs forward like this, give it a nice little bend at the knee, move her little feet. I also noticed she has little high heel toes on the back of her feet there, which is kind of nice. And here we go. We could basically see this part is kind of weird though, because again, it's kind of rubberized, so it doesn't fit in, as flush as it would be if it was all stiff pieces. So I don't know. Mine has a little gap here, and I don't know how fixable that really is. But there we go. We made it work. Doesn't look that bad anymore. Of course, you get the tail piece, and you slide it right into the butthole. And push the tolerances for the holes. Okay, that sounds really dirty, but all the little slots for, I guess, the pegs on the tools, even on his or her hands, seem a little difficult to slot in, and maybe it's because it's rubberized, so they gave it, you know, a little extra material around the actual peg that makes it difficult to slide in, or maybe just friction caused by the rubber. I don't know, but it is quite a bit difficult. It does not, you know, go in nice and smooth like, but I guess the plus side of that is that it won't fall anytime soon. So then we just move the feet like that, and we're basically done. That's how simple it is. Also, it has a moving jaw, which it was a little stuck at first, but yeah, once I moved it, like, I actually got the hinge to move. I heard like a nice little like unsticky noise, if that makes sense, kind of like tape peeling. Probably, yeah, you can kind of even hear the squeak now. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky jaw. But yeah, then it started moving a lot, like just, you know, see, super easy now, no problems at all, which is really, really nice. Also, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I noticed there's some sort of a product code or something at the bottom of the jaw. Not sure what that is. I originally thought it might have been like some sort of teeth molding or something with like a little silver enamel, but nope, it is numbers, which is kind of interesting. There's unfortunately no teeth. It is a beak. I think Stygimoloch did have at least a couple teeth in the back of his of its cheeks or something, behind the beak, as it were, in the actual dinosaur, but I'm not gonna complain about that whatsoever, especially on a figure this tiny. The amount of detail that they managed to capture already is freaking phenomenal. Like, take a look at all, you can see all the little ribs, the notches in the spine. You know, it looks really, really nice and, you know, super high quality. And maybe if it was larger, like Paleo T-Rex size, I would kind of feel the same way I did about Paleo T-Rex's shins, where it looked very unnaturally just kind of smooth, and a little just too smooth and glossy compared to the rest of the body. But because the figure is so much smaller and the limbs thinner, the effect isn't nearly as bad as it was on Paleo T-Rex's shins and hips and stuff. So that, again, it's a plus. The head is really, really beautiful, though. It's almost like, I'm sure they probably did, you know, look up the actual skull of the dinosaur as some sort of reference, because this is amazing. You can see all the scales, the bumps. Oh, it doesn't even show up on the camera too well, but there's even like tiny, tiny little texturing right there of like scales, all the horns in the back here. It's very, very cool and very high quality. There's not a lot of bad stuff about this figure. I guess one of the bad things is articulation. It does not have much in this mode. The hands are fixed, unfortunately, so no little like graspy things. Also, holy crap, I just noticed. The hands are correct. So, I think, I don't remember if I mentioned this with Paleo T-Rex, but dinosaurs actually, they couldn't do this. They could not pronate their arms like this. They were fixed like this. So, you know, a T-Rex would be like that instead of like that, and I don't know what those sound effects were. But look, they got the hands right on this, so it makes me think they really, really did look at an actual fossil for this, which is kind of awesome. But yeah, they got the, at least currently, scientifically correct hand posture, which is muy bueno. I am a big, big fan of that. Very happy. And, I mean, yeah, other than that, it's a very simple figure. I mean, there's not too much articulation, really. Just the same articulation as in robot mode for the legs, because we changed the nothing here. We just kind of swiveled them. But yeah, I kind of wish the hands at least did have, like, a little maybe hinge here. But I can also see that being a problem, because it's very, very thin, so that's probably why they didn't do it. And yeah, it's just a really nice figure. I'm kind of happy that it's not a fossilizer now. I feel like if this was a fossilizer, I would be, like, significantly less impressed. Because, you know, it's all the fiddling and stuff. Where here, it's like such a nice, clean transformation. And it looked so good. And hold on, the moment of truth. Does it stand? Hold on. Maybe if we move its feet like this. There we go. We can kind of get it to stand. I'm sure I can get it, you know, in the more straight posture on actual flat ground that isn't this squishy, squishy bed. But I'm working with what I got here. So even on squishiness, if you adjust it properly, it will stand just fine for display, which is really cool. And it's just, you know, just tiny. And it's, again, like I said about Rat Trap, it's like the perfect size to just, you know, keep it on your desk or in your pocket to mess around with and stuff. And just, you know, kind of, you know, use as a little fidget toy or fiddle around with it when you're bored. Oh, look, here we go. I don't know why I think of that before. Look, it fits perfectly on the palm of my hand, kinda. Okay, well, it might have been my fault there. But yeah, it's a very nice figure, and I'm super satisfied with it. If you were wondering about the price, I probably should have mentioned that earlier in the video. So I got this, again, on Amazon, like most of them, and this is, again, it's like $9.99, I believe is what I paid for it. Your mileage may vary because of the dreaded scalpers. Apologies for that. Something came up that I had to address. My grandma was calling me, actually. So, so more important than the video, just for the little detour there. But anyway, I think what I was saying before I left was I got it for $9.99 on Amazon approximately, which is a very good price point. I think for Rat Trap, I said I kind of wish it was a little bit cheaper because, well, Rat Trap was very smooth, and I mean, there just wasn't a lot of detail on it. Like, the form was good, but just, I mean, it looked very simple and plain and flat everywhere. There was not a lot of, like, fur texture from what I remember. But for this one, I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased. Maybe I'm just kind of hyped up because dinosaurs. But I think this one's definitely worth $9, and I don't feel any of those complaints for the price that I kind of felt for Rat Trap a little bit. But Rat Trap also had the weird shoulders, too, so maybe there was some engineering stuff that I kind of wasn't a huge fan of. And maybe the jaw, because Rat Trap didn't have a moving jaw for some reason, even though his larger figure did. The larger Rat Trap, not this figure. This figure obviously has one too. Whereas they managed to put it in on this one. But yeah, $9. I think it's totally worth it for this guy. This surprised me a lot because I went into this expecting a fossilizer, and because it was a fossilizer, expecting to maybe not be as impressed with it. But right now, I'm through the moon. For $9.99, I think this figure is awesome. Totally awesome, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. That helps out the channel tremendously. And if you do like or want to see more content like this, tune in Wednesday evening-ish. That is when I tend to like to upload most of my videos. And by most of my videos, I mean pretty much all of them since I started uploading on Wednesdays. So yeah, that is when you guys should tune in. And see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.